Hello and welcome everyone. Let's begin with the flag salute and the four-way test. Lisa.
Everyone, you're already on stage. I
allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice.
And on the early test. Oh, good, it's my word. Is it the truth? Is it fair? True. Will it build goodwill and better friendships? Will it be beneficial to all concerned?
Thanks, Lisa. How about happy?
Anyway, I got a short one. It's by Martin Luther King. He said, if I cannot do great things, I can do small things in a great way.
Right, thank you. Just a reminder, today we're going to have the four-way speech contest. And in 2 weeks from now, on the 25th, we'll have the larger one, the area wide. So what we're going to do, we skip the announcements till the end to give the contestants the speech contest plenty of time. So with that, Lynn, would you like to say a few words? So we're going to get into the speech contest regularly. And by the way, I want to thank Lynn. She's the speech coordinator. She's done a lot of work to make this happen. So thank you, Lynn.
Welcome. Thank you. Good afternoon. We're going to dive right into it. We have three competitors today. They're going to be introduced just as speaker 1, 2, and 3. And in between, I'll talk a little bit more about the four-way speech test and a few items about that and about what will happen next after today's meeting. And then at the end, while we're giving the judges an opportunity to wrap up their comments, we'll then introduce the individuals and talk about who they are, where they're from, all that. So to begin with, presenter 1, would you please come up?
Right. Hello everyone. I hope you're all doing good today. All right. So hello everyone. For those who don't know me, my name is Cody Russell. I am a 3rd-degree black belt under the karate system, UFAT, or the Chuck Norris system. And today I really want to talk about how I think karate is beneficial for everyone and how it has improved me as a person. First thing I want to bring up is how karate builds personality. And a big part of personality is discipline. Discipline, that's when you may mess up something, or someone in your class may mess something up and you're told to do push-up. It can be pretty bad sometimes, but also a big part of discipline is respecting others. A lot of big karate, we like to respect the instructor or the teacher, and especially those who are around you. Another big part of karate is that you learn from your mistakes. So in karate, we do what we call forms. It's a series of moves across the board, going different ways. It's an imaginary fight. And part of that, in martial arts, the art form is trying to get everything perfect. And well, there's a lot of mistakes while we do these forms, or really any techniques or moves. So you definitely learn from your mistakes on that. And also part of karate is that you learn to work under pressure. While in karate, to get your next belt, we do what we call a test. Judges, parents, friends, all watch you while you're doing this test. And so doing this will really help you work under pressure and doing speeches like I am right now. Also, karate builds a social environment for you to interact with other people that you never knew. Well, I like to call it as You're starting to become comfortable with the uncomfortable. So that's talking, working with others in karate. There's a wide variety of different people from different ages, diversity, whatever it may be. There's kids from 9 years old to 60 years old. I've met so many great people, doing karate. So also in karate, also helps build strength. There's a foundation, the National Library of Medicine, said researchers have reported that karate is a martial art in which motor and functional skills such as muscle strength, flexibility, speed, adherence, balance, reaction time, coordination should get a high level. And karate does indeed help you with this. Like, for example, at my karate dojo, we like to stretch a lot, so we improve our kicks. A lot of times we'll do pad work, we'll do kicks against a pad or a partner. So we do sparring, we fight each other. So karate is just a lot of movement and it's just overall helps your health. Also the thing that karate helps is building your mentality and to never give up. While you may get hit while you're sparring, your goal is to never give up. And speaking of goals, karate also helps you make goals. That could be reaching your next belt, reaching your black belt. But karate helps you reach and form goals that you may have not had before. A big part of karate is also the leadership aspect. When you're progressing through the ranks and you get hired to close to the black belt, you are seen as an example. And for me, I like to teach, and I like to use the higher belts as an example. I bring them out and I have them, show a move or whatever it may be. So doing karate will help you build the leadership skills that you can gain. And also just correcting and teaching others while they're doing the form or whatever it may be. So, there's some people out there I want to mention that have done karate in the past that are now famous. One of them being Obama, former President Obama. He did Taekwondo. And I believe that because of him doing Taekwondo, that helped him with his leadership skills. Another person is Iron Man, Robert Downey Jr. himself. He did Kung Fu while he was young. And I think that helped him, fight the aliens on the earth. Also Kung Fu Panda himself, Jack Black. He also did judo when he was young, so, that also helped him throughout his movies. And there's a quote out there from Yoshihiro Konishi. He was the founder of Shinito Karate. And he once said that karate aims to build character, improve human behavior, and cultivate modesty. It does not, however, guarantee it. And I think that's a big part of karate is that you have to put yourself into the mindset of karate. And that's, you can't just go to karate expecting that you will get these personality traits, but you have to work for it. So overall, karate has formed and shaped who I am today. And if you try, it will too. And that's why I think everyone should try karate. Thank you.
Can give the judges a few minutes, while we're waiting, few things about the four-way speech contest. The purpose of the four-way test, as we know, is to foster the principle of ethics in everyday life as well as in business. The speech contest is designed to introduce high school students to Rotary and the four-way test by creating interest through competitive speech contests sponsored by us. The specifics of the contest are to acquaint youth with Rotary and its four-way test with an understanding and appreciation of Rotary's ethics standards. Demonstrate and enhance Rotarians' commitment to youth. Heighten awareness of Rotary amongst parents, school officials, and the community. Recognize and encourage and reward hard work and accomplishment in on students, and provide an opportunity for us to participate in a youth service program. So those are a few purposes and goals of this overall event. Are you guys set for our next one? Yes. We got your pizza, awesome. All right. Number 2,
My name is Charles Palka, and I'll be talking about, trying to advocate statewide restrictions for like a cell phone ban in like schools. I find this to be very important because cell phones are such a big distraction in learning. So, like, if you ever been in like any like a classroom, you would be able to see like how cell phones kind of, it distracts the kid because you'll see that there'll be more like playing video games or on like social media stuff instead of actually listening to like lectures or like even doing like their work that's been assigned in class. And it's just overall, it's just very distracting for like the teachers, and the teacher will have to like stop class to like kind of tell them to get off their phone. So like a ban for like cell phones in school would be a very like good decision because it's gonna help like kids learn. And it is also very true that there's been multiple studies that have been done that have shown that cell phones have a negative effect on us. NIH, which is National Institute of Health, has shown that they did studies where they've seen that cell phones affect the nervous system very much. It affects the reaction time of people. Also, like sleep habits that have been very well shown through like blue light emissions and that. And sleep habits is such a big part of learning because that helps you be able to like engage for the next day and actively listen. So you really need sleep, and then cell phones kind of take away from that. It's also, it will be fair because it benefits the whole school academically, it's benefiting the kids academically. There have been a few states that have done a cell phone ban, and they've seen real progress with it. One of these states was Kansas, and they've seen that it has led to like a 6% increase in test scores, and that has been, and it's been increasing still. So, and they've seen that it's a very good improvement having that cell phone ban in schools. It also helps better friendships as well. And the reason why it helps better friendships is because if you ever like went to like lunch and like at like high schools and middle schools, you would be able to see that the like kids will be eating lunch, but they're all on their cell phones. They're not even talking to each other. And then you'll also see like you can be like talking to like your peers or your friends, and they'll just be on their cell phone, kind of like ignoring you. And personal communication is such a big part of like just humans and helps in like your mental health too. And you won't get that with like just looking at your cell phone. So it would be really good to ban like cell phones in schools because then it would mean like kids would actually like have to talk to each other, and which is you should be able to, especially if the kid's only like a foot away from you. It also helps it will spread goodwill as well, mainly because what they've seen such a big link to cyberbullying with cell phones, and you kind of help limit the amount of time those kids are on cell phones, is going to decrease the amount of time that cyberbullying is happening. And that's such a big thing since cell phones came out from social media. So overall, it's very beneficial because it's gonna help the schools academically. It's gonna also help build teacher and student relationships, and because the teacher doesn't have to always get on to the kid about using his phone. It's gonna also build friendships as well, because if you have to communicate, it's gonna help build like their mental and physical health as well. It's gonna also help eliminate some of those stressors as well, because you'll see kids, like I was saying, the kids won't be doing their work, so they just have this kind of work piled up because they're so distracted by their phone. And then when the course starts ending or the semester starts ending, then they have this whole pile of work and they feel like they have no time to do it. And just because they've been concentrating the entire time on cell phones. It's just really good to limit the amount of time you are on like a cellular device, because So there's been like many medical providers, including my doctor, who he says that you should be at maximum 2 hours of screen time every single day, and it should really be under that. But so many kids, they go way over the I have one friend, he had like a 6 hours, like that was his average a day. That's way too much. So overall, having a cell phone ban, like a statewide cell phone ban, is gonna be beneficial in schools because it's gonna help promote academic performance, and that's the whole reason why schools are there, is to help educate the youth. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, we got a few more minutes. Real quick, some history about the four-way test speech competition. It was started in 1984, in the Lenox Rotary Club by Wes Fry. He, introduced concept of the speech contest to incorporate 4 questions, and challenged other clubs to do the same. When they first conducted it, they didn't have the interaction with high schools that we do now, and so getting the students involved was harder. So after the first year, when they didn't have as much success, they formulated a committee and went into each high school in Johnson County and being teacher and counselor cooperation. After that, they had typically 12 to 15 students from their county speak each year, so that is its origination. And we're good. All right, our third and final speaker.
Thank you all very much. My name is Noah Poland, and the prompt that I will be answering is what should be judged of a president before forming an opinion on them? And taking a step into my past as to why I chose this question. I've been somewhat politically inclined my whole life. I enjoy understanding why people have the lives that they do. I enjoy understanding how people may or may not work together and why they can work around it. And my overall goal is to try and build a better, stronger, and more united country. However, as most of you know, they live in a very divided society, where large portions of Americans base the majority of their lives on where they lie on the political spectrum. And the majority of that division is from a one-sided hate for president usually. And many people try to overcome this by identifying as independent voters or independent candidates, such as RFK Jr. This is backed up by a statistic from Gallup.com that shows that while the percentage of Americans on the left and right stay mostly equal, independent voters have grown by over 10% in the last 20 years. And this may sound great, however, it doesn't work very well, because we've also seen division in our nation continue to rise in the past 20 years as well. And I came to the question that if being an independent voter isn't the way to solve this, what is? And I pondered that question for days. I tried several different things to understand that. And the answer that I came to is that understanding the differences and being brave enough to have an open mind is the best thing that we can do for each other. Which leads me to the overall purpose of this speech, which is to encourage you all and hopefully the rest of the nation one day to look beyond political parties and political affiliations and see the good that can come from absolutely anybody. So moving on to my stance on this, I developed 3 qualities that you can judge possibly a presidential candidate with. And those 3 are character, leadership, and integrity. Character being how they work with others and how they see themselves. We obviously want a president who is willing to work with his faculty and the rest of the nation. Leadership, are they fit to lead the state strongly and bravely? You obviously need a president who can lead, otherwise they cannot be president. And finally, most importantly, integrity. Are they willing to do what's best for the people above themselves? I'm going to say that one more time because it's absolutely the most important one here. Are they going to do what's best for the people above themselves? Are they willing to put their own opinion aside and create what's best for the people that they represent? And like I said, all these qualities are found in someone who would be fit for president, maybe the president nominee, you could apply that to. However, I did come up with 3 more qualities that would fit someone who actually acts as a great president. And those 3 qualities are someone who is of the people, for the people, and by the people. Starting off with of the people, someone who is maybe not a career politician, someone who doesn't have much experience in office, but rather experience in local business or military backgrounds. For example, Travis Forsman, founder of Dutch Bros, an incredible local businessman, now multi-billion, who started off with just a coffee cart. He knows what it's like to live just like each one of us. A president who did this was Zachary Taylor. He was never a member of office or Congress before his presidential MC. However, he was a major army general, giving him experience in foreign affairs and other world powers. That led to his support with the Clayton Bulwer Treaty, which allowed the United States and the United Kingdom to share the Panama Canal, which stopped division in the Central American nations and stopped us from trying to fight for control. Moving on to by the people, someone who represents the people, and does what's in the best interest of the people above themselves, working with the people they represent to represent them. President Andrew Jackson, his entire presidency was based on this. He wanted to entirely represent the common man, making him an incredibly popular president during the election of 1832, which was the second term where he earned about 56% of the votes. And finally, the president was for the people, which is absolutely the most important one here. A president must be willing to put the good will of the American people above all else. They have to be able to represent the people. They have to be able to struggle and fight for the American people, to struggle and fight to defend our democracy and to defend us. A president who is unwilling to do so is a direct threat to our democracy and a direct threat to the world. So moving on to my reasoning for this, the four pillars: is it true? Is it fair to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and friendships? And is it beneficial to all concerned? Starting with, is it true? Absolutely, it is true that our country is divided, and it is absolutely true that we need unity in our country. Is it fair to all concerned, or the concern being the American people? I would say absolutely yes. It is absolutely fair to say that we are divided. I think most people would agree that we are a divided nation. We need to come together if we want to progress. Will it build goodwill and friendships? Absolutely. Hopefully, more than anything else in this speech, it builds goodwill and friendships and destroys this division we see in our nation and builds unity throughout everybody. And finally, is it beneficial to all concerned? Again, absolutely. Having a community that can have real conversation and communicate well and focus on solving their problems is far more effective, functional, peaceful, and realistic than the division we currently see. So to kick off my conclusion, I'd like to start with a quote from Andrew Jackson, who I mentioned earlier. He started by saying that one man with courage makes a majority. And with this speech, I know it's not cheesy, but I'm trying to be this one man. I'm trying to take that first step to unify us, and I hope that I can make a change in every one of them. Because we do need to unify as a nation. And the first step is understanding one another and being able to have an open mind, have real beneficial conversations. So finally, I would like to thank all of you for this incredible opportunity to spread my message. And I would love the opportunity to bring this message to even more of the country. So thank you all for your time, and please consider taking my words to heart. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We're gonna let the judges take some time to discuss and come back with the answer.
Real quick, is anybody else ready for a meal?
Does anybody else need food?
Yeah, please, no, thank you.
All right, now I'd like to have each one of our, young leaders come back up and just give a brief intro of actually who you are, not just your name, and a little bit about yourself. We also have Tiffany Mackey here, who is from North Valley. She's our, honorary Rotarian too. She's been with us for, and a great help at the school for me, because she's my go-to person while I'm at my office, so, come on back up, you guys, and just, give me a little background of who you are, what year you are at North Valley, and more about yourself.
All right, so, like I mentioned before, my name is Cody Russell. I'm a 30-degree black belt. I'm an 11th grader, a junior at North Valley High School. And, I'm a single, an only child. I have my mom and dad, named Bill and Carol. I have a dog and Penny. Yeah, that's pretty much me. I like to do karate. I do sports. I do soccer and track. That's about it. Thank you.
My name is Charles Coco, I'm 16, I'm a junior at North Valley High School. I have one sibling, and it's my sister named Riley. I'm trying to. I did play soccer with Cody, like, during the fall,
Any other sports?
future plans? Oh, I'm planning to go to like OSU. I probably. Yeah, I wasn't sure, I didn't know this was gonna. Yeah, I was probably gonna go more towards like I was thinking about either like a business or science degree, which is kind of different. So, yeah, so that's what I have. Oh, and I have 2 dogs and I have 5 chickens.
My name is Noah Boland, I'm 16 years old, I'm a junior at North Valley High School, I don't speak on that, but, I have two younger brothers, Ben and Luke, I have 2 dogs, Lucy Cooper, and I think 13 chickens. I did hear the future back there, so, I do want to go to YC, I want to be an engineering major, just makes up at Medical World, and then obviously I kind of want a future in politics, I'm not really sure yet, but I just want to represent people, like I said. So, yeah.
Future goal?
Yeah, my future goal is, more trying to be more, to being an electrician, possibly going to college, still trying to decide that, and yeah, that's.
Awesome, thank you for that.
Yeah.
Thank you. Now we have a little background on your speakers. Do we want to do happy thoughts or something? While we're waiting? Oh, one card. Oh, okay.
Yes, I was thinking we could do a few announcements before people come back and things come back. And just a couple things, last week, Jorge Padilla recommended or asked about, donating some money to a all-inclusive, park at Liberty Elementary, and anyway, I got this, brochure, he said he's in, not a brochure, but just like a little, a leaflet. And he's gonna bring some today. He asked that, a lot of us don't have business anymore, but he asked if you're a local business owner, if you would promptly display this, and take a look at it. The board will be talking about it if we want to try to make a donation or so. They're about 135,000. When they reach 150, apparently some large grant comes through. The goal is 300,000. So the other thing I just wanted to show, nice new basket from Ghana. What we're gonna do, we're gonna fill this with wine and other goodies, and it'll be our contribution to the district conference up in Coos Bay in May, and it's part of a silent auction. So, and Judy has generously offered a bunch of wine and some wine glasses, and if you wanna throw anything else in, I was thinking maybe some choice chocolates, and I don't know, it's Ghana, so maybe a little carved in, it's fun. Yeah. Sorry? Bring it on. He's refrigerated, okay, so how about announcements? Do we have any other announcements? Very.
On behalf of Patrice Hanlon, Rotary member, and she's coordinator for Houston County Food Bank. She wanted us to know about Shining a Light on Hunger. It's an event coming up in June 6th, 2024. And there are some codes here to nominate a hunger hero and also to get tickets. These cards are on the back table. Thank you. Hey, just you probably know what I'm going to talk about, but the Williams Crisis to 14 clothing sale is Saturday. This Saturday it starts at 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. We got fabulous stuff, so come on down and buy something.
And I bet you know what I'm gonna talk about, grants. So, went to a grant meeting with Jolene and Jim, who just returned and were jet lagged. Anyway, it was a really good grant meeting. And at least I've been to a billion of them, and this one was really nice. So I want to remind you too, I have 2 applications for grants. So if anybody else wants to put in a grant for our club to participate in, could be community or international. Anyway, I have these applications and I would really love to have another grant or 2 requests. We will only do 2. So anyway, if anybody wants to, please get one of these. Other thing is, I need to know if anybody would like to serve, coffee occasionally in the park, not every week. Luz and I are doing it, and we need, somebody that might want to do it for when you're not there. So it's kind of pretty interesting to, really, be able to look these people in the eye and get a sense of who they are. They're not all druggies. A lot of them are regular people just like us who had a bad thing happen. And so, with the lack of housing we have in the area. The other thing I want to do is support Doug's, art auction, art and garden thing that he's got going. There's a flyer out there about that too. And also one about the PAC, performance on the 18th.
Tickets, you want the people bring the grant, we talk about it, the grant stations. To mention it.
Okay, so next week is when we're gonna talk about these applications, so you need like email me or whatever way you want to get it into me right off. And, at this point, we'll have Judy and we'll have Jody, talking about what their grant involves. A lot of us know what Jody's is, it's the food, or the feed that. So, thank you.
This is just a reminder on this month's social. We will be meeting for a backstage tour at the PAC on the last Thursday of the month, which is the 25th of April. And afterwards, one of our members is potentially going to host us at her cup. So stay tuned for more. Mark the calendars for April 25th, 4 o'clock at the PAC.
So just to tag on to that, you will want to go to that backstage tour because I've done it several times over the years. And it's worthy of doing it. You'll learn a lot. Also, with what Tommy was saying, you do need to get your tickets purchased pretty quickly. Okay, and so you just get on the website, the Branch Pass High School website for the PAC. Right, Greg? And that's how you get your tickets. Okay. Oh, the flyers have that info. Also, just an update on Mint and breakfast in the park. We are moving along swimmingly. We had a huge turnout today, probably due to this beautiful weather. So if you want to know where your dollars are going, that those of you that have so kindly continued to contribute, that money goes to feed the dogs from Luke's. I give him money for that. I supply money for anybody that needs to buy cups, forks, any implements for the casseroles. Reimburse to people that need money for their casserole ingredients. And also have had money in the past for the hygiene kits with Leonora, but now she has her own funding source for that, which we Rotarians helped her with. So please continue to support Mint in any way you can. Thank you.
All right, thanks. Okay, well, I see that our highly esteemed judges have returned to the room, which means back to you, Dylan.
Thank you. All right. Well, I want to thank the judges for their time and doing this for us, and for the winner and the rest of the speakers, they're welcome to stay. The judges will give you tips and talk with you about how to move forward with yours, with talking in front of people like I have a hard time doing right now. Get better in your speaking career. This is nice. No, so without further ado, in third place, we have Cody. Second place is Charlie. And so our first place is Noah, who will be returning on the 25th to speak against our fellow from our other schools.
Yeah.
Other clubs.
four schools.
Other four schools, and then the winner of that will represent us at district, which is May 4th. May 4th in Coos Bay, I think this year. Yeah, I tried to go last year in Coos Bay this year. All right, so, oh yes, we have the pictures before you take off. And the awards, yes. We need. I think they're ready. They're ready. So Cody, if you'd like to come up. Third place, we need spellings. Okay. Cody, you come on up. Third place, is awarded $100. Charlie, come on up. Second place is awarded $150. And Noah, first place is $250. And Junior is gonna be providing you your check freely. And if you guys want to take a few minutes in the back and talk with the judges, or we're getting sheets, and, oh yeah, we need a picture for Jamie. Jamie instructed us that we were not to let them leave without a photo. Tiffany, you need to come up too. Oh.
All five of you, or all four, five of you.
I'm not speaking very well, so I gotta do it.
Okay, ready? Open?
I get really tall if I stare at you.
I know, I'd be there. I know. Okay, smile. Okay, let me do one. Smile. One more. Okay, you're not worried. Yeah. Think it's good? Sure. Okay. Sure. All right. No.
Thanks, guys.
Noah, are you like a
Again, just want to thank Lynn for putting this together. Hi, Tiffany for coordinating, and remember, she is an honorary member. You should come by more often, although I think you work. Yeah.
Their class.
Yeah. And thanks to young men, those were very interesting topics, and kind of made me regret I never took up pride in the. How about Happy Bucks? I think we're time for Happy Bucks.
Sergeant of Arms. Or Sergeant at Arms, whatever it is. Sergeant.
Say hi, everybody. How's it going? Happy? So, Happy Bucks is a little different every time, sergeants, and I actually looked up April of the 11th on Wikipedia, and there was all kinds of information historically and so forth, and none of it interested me, so. I had two topics I wanted to suggest as Happy Bucks things, and maybe others as well, but the first thing I wanted to do was point out a green card, if everybody could find a green card or pass them around. I want to thank the program committee, which is loosely led by our lovely Dawn Welch. And thank Dawn for this past year. I think we really had a good assortment of interesting programs, but the reason we got the green card is that it didn't happen too much this year, but once in a while there'll be a no-show or a flat tire or miscommunication. And so we were going to try to get people to do 2 truths and a lie. And you should take a card and put down about yourself, 2 true things and a lie in whatever order. And then if put it in your wallet or bring it back next time, and we'll gather them and keep doing this so that we're prepared in the event of that kind of thing. And I thought I'd give you a couple of samples. For example, if you were Jim Huber, our president, you might say,
born in San Diego in a military hospital. He was an outstanding athlete in high school and he's fluent in Spanish. Which one of those is alive?
Espanol,
What?
Espanol.
No, in fact, he was not born in San Diego in a military hospital. He was an outstanding athlete in high school and he is fluent in Spanish, having lived in Central and South America for several years. He is a whole baby thing. Jim, did you know that, that was all about you?
No.
Well, really, a quick summary, the two proofs of the lie we made up about you is that you were born in San Diego at a military hospital. You were an outstanding athlete in high school, and that you are fluent in Spanish. And the people questioned your fluency in Spanish, but in fact, it was the lie was that you're born in San Diego. Okay, we got one sample also for Dawn. Dawn was born in San Francisco. She majored in French literature in college, and she has completed 16 marathons. Which one of those is a lie?
French.
You're right. Oh, I thought you would think that. She actually majored in psychology, which is why she's able to get along with each and every one of us. Okay, so please do that. It's going to be a really fun thing. The more outrageous thing you say that is true about yourself, the more sort of complicated it gets. I also wanted to give, put your name on it, and then 2 truths and a lie. And I'll bring more cards each week.
But we don't turn them in anymore, we just bring them with us.
You can turn them in today if you want to me, or put them in your wallet and wait if you give you those. Sometimes it's fun to think about what you want to list. Okay, I just wanted to have the other topic, which is generic, be about art. And part of that is because we have so many people in our club who are interested in art. We have Tommy Drake, who's was an art teacher, and Kelly Moody was a music teacher, and we have Doug, who does his yard art, and we have Leonora, who's a professional face painter. And I know I really want to get my face painted at Porch Fest, but it doesn't look good to have a 68-year-old in line with a 5-year-old.
Yeah, get mine first.
Maybe we can do that as a social activity. I think that'd be really fun. But I want to give you a quick update on something else. I'm a member of the City Grounds Path has advisory councils, and I'm on one called the Committee for Public Art, and it was actually started by Tommy, I think, many years ago. It's a very slow moving group, and I said, but you might notice around town that we just finished our 9th utility box, decorating them. And so in town, we have 32 of those big ugly steel boxes. And so we just finished the 9th one. And one of the people who won the contest, I think it was an 8-year-old that you saw in the newspaper. That was kind of fun. The Courier would like, the Committee on Public Art would like to feature our mural on the side of the glass forge in the coming months, and Doug tells me that should be finished in about June.
End of
So
June,
look-
end of June.
Look for that, but I thought that was flattering. They think it's very whimsical and fun. And I want to give you the information as well, that there's a project in the works for a Wings inspired mural, which will be, it's a local art teacher with 5 or between 5 and 8 high school students who are doing a mural on the side of the Oregon Port Authority. So if you're driving down up 7th, here Road Theater on the left, OPA on the right, and it will be there with opportunities for selfies. They're not telling us what it is, so that will be kind of a fun thing. Okay, so for Happy Bucks today, please tell us something about your favorite artist or what you're creating or how you enjoyed our guests from high school. Well done, gentlemen. And anything else you'd like to share? I was gonna give $20 first up front to honor Dawn for being chair of our program committee, because it's a little bit like herding cats. Well, in fact, I think herding cats would be easier. So here's, I'll go first, and who else out there has some Happy Bucks?
Pull it up.
Okay.
Muscle that baby.
Okay, well, I have 5 happy bucks because when I'm not scuba diving, I took a cooking class in Mexico. It was so much fun, so my happy bucks is for being able to cook. Oh, what I learned to cook? I learned how to cook, the green salsas, the habanero sauce, we made flautas, we cooked, black refried beef, and I now know the secret to how to make guacamole not turn brown in 2 days after you make it. You wanna know, just ask me. Mexico, they put olive oil on it along with their acid, which is wine, but the olive oil keeps it from oxidizing.
Want to congratulate the, the gentleman here who spoke to us. I know at an early age, it's very hard for them to get up. Difficult to get in front, not only get up, which, but to, put the speak in front of a large group, and I know they will, remember this event, and I'm sure they will, this is not the last time that these gentlemen will be speaking either to us or to other large groups, so congratulations, and I am quite happy about that.
Yeah, Dora, I thought I saw your hand. Oh, not yet, huh?
I want to give 20 happy bucks for the speakers today and our young people in general. My son was just running for a Senate seat. I just got in his school. And at U of O. And he didn't win, but I thought his campaign and everything was great. So I love our young people.
Yes, I will say 5 happy birthdays as well, because it is so important to get up and speak and have something important to say. And I give you kudos at such a young age of going for it and stepping forward and, welcome to politics. Maybe you don't want to talk to me right now. Anyway, I will also do another 5 happy bucks for our art committee, because I will say that the first, 9 years ago, when I first got on city council, that was the very first committee that I was a liaison for, and I had a really hard time letting go of it, because it's funny, of all the committees I've been on, I think I've been on every one of them in my number of years, that group got more done, and everybody always said it was our pretty cats, that was just like, oh no. I was very impressed with their ability to have subcommittees and actually come back and get things done. So it's a long time because our box is going, but once they kicked off, it's absolutely.
That is a scary statement she just made, and she thinks the Committee on Public Art does the most. All right, then.
All right, I have 3 sources of my happy bucks. You guys are awesome, just great. I wish our politicians would be as articulate as you are, and thoughtful. Second is the art. I think that the Performing Arts Center and what we're doing toward that's my art inspiration. Greg and I were thinking about a little bit here and that, let's see if we can get to the silver level, the platinum level by the time we get to the 25th. And I don't know how far we have to go, but it's not that far. And we could maybe make a presentation at that time and have a little notch there. And then my last is, I guess it's in the inspiration to young people. I did my reading with the second graders this week, and little Ryan came up to me. I hadn't been there for a long time. He's sick, travels, school was out. And he came up, right, gave me a big hug, and says, "You haven't been here forever. It's been so long since I've seen you." And I go, "Oh," and he said, "You know what? Since I saw you last, I had a birthday, and I'm 8." To be so thrilled about being 8.
I think I'd be thrilled if I were 8 also. But instead, I found out when I read the Steve Rose award-winning navigator e-newsletter. I've been in this club for 12 years, so I have 12 happy bucks. It's, they've all been good news. And as an example, we appreciate you guys coming to giving it a try. And the I think there's a famous quote, I think it's from Teddy Roosevelt, but it's about trying the man marine. Very inspirational about being out there and putting your beliefs forward and having them tested in the public arena. Well, thank you. And Art, I just want to say, I'm really proud of my older brother, Phil Fishnick, who was a ceramics teacher at Rome for a long time. And some people in this room have some of his pottery. So he got all the art genes from our family. So that's about it.
Excellent.
I've only got $1 on me, but, so today at North Valley, we had Quidditch, which is a sport from Harry Potter, which is released and everything. And our junior class was Slytherin this year, freshman Hufflepuff, sophomores are Ravenclaw, we're Slytherin, and then seniors are Gryffindor, and we have won for the 3rd year in a row, we're trying to go for all 4, so.
Don, you're coming up, and then if you want to know why you didn't major in French literature.
This one's just personal. Our anniversary was on Monday. We were married 35 years, so I can contribute $35 to Happy Bucks.
Let's go, Don. You have a minute to think about it. I bet she almost majored in French literature.
Let's see. Well, I will say that French lessons made a big difference because Steve and I were Dud and Nell in our French class, and we've been married for 56 years. So, yeah, vive le français.
I remember it was 10, 10, 10. Anybody else? We can wrap this up. Okay, back to Tim. Patty, did you have something? No. Sorry. You know, I didn't hear, so any activity, if you do that next time, I'm calling on you. Thanks for your generosity, everyone.
Oh, the cards.
Oh, yeah, cards. You got a deck up here.
Yeah, it's sure.
But Jack wants.
One thing I'm going to request the board next week have a stand-up meeting. I really didn't want to do this. I want to do it at a full board meeting, but apparently there is a rush to get, to get the money we are going to contribute to the PAC. So we need to have a decision next week. Yeah, so we'll have a stand-up board meeting next Thursday. So, and I'll try to get some information out beforehand, so we'll be well prepared. Anyway, I just want to thank these young men for showing up today and speaking and sharing your thoughts and your ideas with us. And I found a quote from one of our great American forebears, Ralph Waldo Emerson, and he said, "Speech is power. Speech is to persuade, to convert, and to compel." Thank you.